it's Amanda and I'm coming to you with another swatching video. Today we are going to be swatching our Sailor Ink Studios. We're going to continue with that. And just so you know where we are, we're going to be swatching the brown ones, like the brown and orangey ones. We have the 73 section has 9 inks in it. I've already swatched one of them, number 273, so we'll compare that at the end with the rest of them. But we're going to swatch the whole rest of that series, and then I'll be done with basically this section, except for that one. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And I know that specifically, I believe Thomas wanted to know how the browns compared to Sailor Texas. So we will also compare them to Sailor Texas. And yeah, I'm sure other people wanted to know that, but I know that Thomas has specifically asked about these, so we're going to go ahead and get that done. As always, I'll be swatching on my coloring cards. If you've never seen these or want to know what they are these. They come in a pack of 100, and they're printed by Skylab Letterpress, designed by Well Appointed Desk. You can find them on her website. All your favorite pen retailers. So I use those. I don't know if I've grabbed enough, so we'll find out. And then we're going to go ahead and swatch on our 52-gram Tomoe paper and our 75-gram Cosmo Airlight paper. And yeah, that's what we'll do. So just so you know what we have, I don't have these in any particular order, but we're going to swatch number 673, 973, 773, 873, 573, 473, 173, and 373. And these samples were all purchased by me from Yoseka Stationery. The vials got a little messy and they're not real great for me to fill pens from, so I have decanted them into my very own plastic vials, and it was kind of a mess. I'm glad that I started doing this off camera because it takes a while and it's very messy. That's what all this is. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, and as always, I did not grab this before, but I use my Moonman Mini Glass Dip Pen. And you can find this at a variety of places, Etsy, eBay, Amazon. Yeah, just Google for a Moonman Mini Glass Dip Pen. You can also find a Moonman N6, which is, actually, I have the body of it right here, a little longer and a little skinnier. The cap on this one does not post. I broke the nib on it, so, but you can see it doesn't post. It is very cute though, and, yeah, so I like this one. I like posting the cap, and this nib is still intact, so that's what we're going to use. And, okay. My background notebook is just a Moleskine notebook. It was a gift from Ms. Turtle for swatching. And I mean for whatever I wanted to use, but my intended purpose and the whole reason of it was an absorbent paper for swatching, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna start. I'm gonna go in number order because that just seems to make the most sense. So we're gonna start with Sailor number 173. Again, we will not be swatching 273 on camera. I have already swatched this in a video. I will link it above if you want. It was a sample given to me by pen friend Cassandra, so very exciting. And let's get going. And I think I said it, but just in case I didn't, the samples that I have were purchased from Yoseka Stationery. They offer 3 milliliter samples. And yeah, I want to say maybe Anderson Pens also. Anderson Pens maybe, and I don't know if they offer sample. I know they offer samples in general. I just don't know if they offer Ink Studio samples. It's been a while since I've gotten anything from them. But also Pen Chalet. I don't know if they offer samples either, but they sell it. Sailor Ink Studio. This is number 173. This is a very pretty brown color. Let me get my paper towel. Oh, I should not have used that. I should have written the number. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. Okay. There we go. The good news about this is I have 8 inks to swatch and I have 8 paintbrushes, so I don't have to reuse one. Not that it's a big deal to reuse, but I can like just use it and then be done with it. So thank you for everybody who watched my my clickbaity video. Sorry if anybody didn't like the clickbaity title, but it cracked me up to do it, so yeah, I mean, it's not entirely clickbait. I am technically not really buying pens right now. I am, however, buying ink. I just purchased Van Ness as of the recording of this video at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or is it Daylight Time? 2 p.m. Pacific Time Zone. Van Ness currently has the Robert Oster Rose Gold Antiqua in stock. A pen friend is kind enough to send me a sample of it, but I saw that they were in stock and I just grabbed a bottle anyway. So thank you, pen friend, who is sending me a sample. I will love it and cherish it anyway. It'll probably get here before my Van Ness package does, so that's awesome. So I'll get to play with it. Well, here we go. Looks like it's going to be one of those dual shaders. And that's what it looks like compared to that. We'll compare these all together at the end. I'm not going to keep showing it, but yeah. Coloring card. Again from Yaseka Stationery. I intended to record this video yesterday, but I had a little bit of a traumatic experience. Everything's fine. It's not... Everything's fine now. My lovely little kitten children, the ever famous and wonderful P squared, as I like to call them when I refer to them collectively, decided to go on an adventure under the house yesterday. There were electricians over here doing some work on some things, and they needed to go under the house. So they did that, and at some point, usually when people come over to do work, the cats will get scared and they'll go together into a room, and then I'll just shut the door and like leave them in there if it's not too long. And they weren't here. They were here for a few hours, but not like a big deal. Or if it's going to be a long time, I'll stick some food in a litter box in there so they are comfortable and can do what they need to do. But they scattered to different rooms, and all the rooms were having stuff done, so you couldn't really like close a room off because they were all having things done all at the same time. And so so we just let them roam about. And usually if other people are here, they just hide under a bed and move on with life. And I guess they got adventurous at one point. There was a little while when the guys were not inside the house, they were outside, and so I think they got comfortable being in their own space again, and yeah, they jumped down into, I guess it was left open, and they jumped down into the crawl space to inspect it and see what was going on, and yeah, then they got locked down there, and I didn't know they were down there. I have no idea how long they were down there. The guys were only here, I don't know, like 4 hours or something like that, but yeah, I like, after the guys left, I was like, okay, the kitty cats have been so good, I'm gonna reward them with their favorite wet food. And I opened the can, so the cats will come if I just pick up 2 cans and like rub them together. Like if they hear the sound of the can noise at all, sometimes Patches will even see me go into the kitchen and he'll just know that's why I'm in the kitchen. So, yeah, so they come, ooh, this is pretty. Ooh, this is very pretty. Ooh, I like this one a lot. This is number 473. Yeah, so if they even think that there's a chance that they might get some WF, they will, because they typically eat the dry food. I know the wet food is like kind of better for them, but they like their dry food. So anyway, yeah, they'll come running from basically anywhere. I just have to clink the cans together and they come running. Even if they're sleeping, they could be dead asleep, they will come running. And neither one of them came running. And I was like, okay, like that's not typical behavior. And I'd already closed like Roomy's bedroom door, and I closed like the bathroom. So I closed a couple doors and I was like, oh, well maybe they were in there and I just didn't realize it. So I went and like checked the rooms again. No cats. And I'm like, well, maybe they're stuck in my closet, because my closet's a disaster. And they weren't there. And then I was like, well, maybe they're under. This is really pretty. This is a really pretty orange. I may need to see more of this. Yeah, so I looked under the beds in the other rooms and didn't see anything. Nobody's there. And then I remembered, oh, the guy had to go under the house for a little while. And so I opened the crawl space, and I heard the noises I heard coming from Pearl. I could tell it was Pearl specifically. Are sounds I never want to hear again. I thought she was hurt or dying, or I don't know. I was like, I was hysterical. And so anyway, so I had the food ready to go. So I tried to lure them out with the food, because I was like, oh, I tried clinking the cans. I tried everything I could think of, and they wouldn't come to me. And I was like, okay, that's so pretty. I like that a lot. They wouldn't come to me, and I like started panicking, and I started crying, and finally, like Pearl, like I just sat there and waited, pretended like I wasn't there. Finally, Pearl came to like inspect the food bowl. We're gonna do number 573 next. Came to inspect the food bowl, and I grabbed her and brought her into the house. And then Patches had been, I leaned down, and I could see that Patches was like kind of in the back. And then when I leaned down again, he was gone. And I was like, oh God. And I was worried that there was like an opening down there, you know. I don't know. I don't live under the house. Maybe there's an opening that's open. I don't know. And so Patches wouldn't come for anything. No food, no toys, no nothing. And so I was like, I was panicking. It was not my finest moment. This is a long story. I'm sorry. Studio number 573. Yeah, so they just weren't showing up. They weren't coming to see me. And I was just so scared. And then I was like, is Patches hurt? And then he moved. And so I was like, okay, maybe he's not hurt. But then while I'm trying to get Patches, Pearl comes back, and she's like, oh, let me just jump down here again. I'm like, no, Miss P, we are not jumping down there. Yeah, right, Miss P, we're not jumping down there. So I had to get her, shut her in a room so I could get Patches out. It was like the longest 15 minutes of my life. It was only 15 minutes, I swear. I don't know. It was, yeah. My cats are indoor only cats. They have, like, Pearl has gotten out one time when she was a baby. When she was a baby kitten, and she, like, our neighbor came over, and she decided, like, when we answered the door that she was going to go check out this outside, and she ran outside onto the porch, was like, what the hell, and then turned around and came back in, and they have never been outside since. Well, they have one time, but we do not speak of that here. Yeah, so anyway, so I'm a mean cat mommy that keeps my cat indoors, which is actually not mean at all. It's better for them, especially around here. But yeah, so anyway, so they got out under the house, but apparently I've been assured that the under the house is completely sealed, and there's no way they could have gotten out, and there's no way anything could have gotten in to get them, and everything's okay. But I was panicking. I was like, how do you know? You don't live under the house? So yeah, not my finest moment, but they're fine. They're fine. They Patches was like covered in mud on his belly. But other than that, they were fine. Just dirty, but fine. But they all got baths yesterday, which they, you know, cats and baths, just, you know, completely adored. It was their favorite time. And they slept a whole lot. I don't know how long they were down there, but Pearl must have been meowing forever. But I didn't hear her. Because where they were was not, like, I sit in one area of the house when I'm working, and I don't usually get up and, especially if people are here doing work, I'm not getting up and going around and, like, bothering them. Ooh, this is pretty. This is pretty. This seems like the most Texasy ink so far. But yeah, so I was beside myself. That was, yeah. Because they're my babies. Yeah, they're fine. I was not for a moment. So that was my excitement. What's been going on with you? How's your week going? It's Friday. It's currently the afternoon. Obviously, this will be up later after I get it uploaded. But yeah, so this is really pretty. So far, not comparing it at all. This is the closest one to Texas, I think. I don't know if it will remain that way, but oops, crap. I forgot to do my little swatches. Okay. These all have lots of yellow in them. I mean, they're browns and oranges. That's not surprising, but this is kind of what our paper towel looks like so far. This is 173, 373, 4, 5, 673. We have 3 more to go. I thought that this would take longer, to be honest, but getting through these pretty fast. I have missed swatching inks, though. I have so many to swatch. Next up, we will do 773. This one seems like it's like an orangey red sort of color. Or it's one of those like reddish browns. I'm not sure yet. We'll get it on a card and see. Did you guys see the new 50 States inks? They're next two that they're releasing are Florida and Pennsylvania. And I think they're pretty colors, but neither one of the colors really speaks the state that they're supposed to be to me. And the Pennsylvania one, the description says that it's inspired by the like gray steel that the state is known for, but it looks like it's blue. It's pretty. It has a really cool sheen on it. It's like blue with like a coppery sort of sheen, I think. It's like a slate. I guess it's like a slate blue. I don't know. I don't know. It's not like a cool gray, because I was like, maybe it's a cool gray, but all the packaging is blue. So I don't know. It's the 4th blue that they've released out of 10 inks, and I'm not entirely, I am entirely sure how I feel about it. I don't like it, but like blues are great and all, but there's so many other colors. There's so many other colors. I need more than just blues. Please, Sailor, give me more states. We need more greens. We need maybe another brown. A yellow. Some pink. More green. Well, I know there's another green coming. Ooh, that's really nice. It's really, I know it's this brush that grabs a lot of ink, but that's nice. Oh, I like that. This is kind of reminiscent of what the Florida ink color looks like. It's a blood orange sort of color. It reminds me, actually, the Sailor Florida reminds me a lot of the Pen Addict Fire on Fire from Robert Oster. Yeah, obviously I'm getting them. I'll be getting them. We'll be swatching them. The Sailor 50 States inks are one of the few things that I'm allowing myself to purchase. Well, I haven't said I'm not buying ink yet, but honestly, I'm to the point where I don't need to buy ink too. I bought some ink today. I got the in-stock notification from Van Ness that the Robert Oster Rose Gold Antiqua was in stock, so I grabbed a bottle of that. I do have samples coming from a friend, so yeah, so it's a little bit of a preemptive purchase, but it's so stunning. That's very pretty. Definitely a redder orange than the last orange that we just did. So that will be coming. Yeah, I have Van Diemen samples, or Van Diemen's inks to swatch. We're going to do, actually, our next swatching video is going to be an epic Van Diemen's swatchathon, because I think I have Van Diemen's inks that I haven't swatched here yet. Plus I have the bottles of ink I just got, so to complete the collection. So I have, unless they've released something today, I have swatches of every Van Diemen's ink available. So I'm very excited about that. So we'll finish our swatches on that, and then we'll show them in our next swatching video. So this is Sailor Ink Studio 873. These browns are really pretty. They're kind of speaking to me. Browns and oranges. They're very fall, even though we're heading into spring, at least in the States, in the Northern Hemisphere. I'm just kind of like try to skip around. And this one had 8 inks to swatch, so a little bit longer video than the last few. Ooh, this is pretty. Ooh, maybe this is more Texas. No, maybe not. I don't know. This is 873. These are so fun. I'm so glad that I'm doing this again. Whoops. I was going to close it without doing the swatch. That's silly. Silly Amanda. So yeah, what's everybody been up to? I haven't really been up to much. Just work, and I started playing Dark Souls 3. So I've started actually playing quite a few games. A game called Iris Falls that I found on the PlayStation Store. And then I just downloaded one off Steam. What the heck is it called? Shattered, I think. It was recommended by a friend. So I haven't played that one yet. I just downloaded it. But it looks really cool what I saw of it. So yeah, I've been playing the games lately. And if I'm not playing the games, I'm watching a bunch of Twitch streams about people playing the games that I play. My pen YouTubers have not been YouTubing so much, or if they did, I have watched all their videos. So if you are a fellow pen YouTuber and you make videos, well, I guess if you're a pen YouTuber, you would make videos. If you're a pen YouTuber that I watch, and even one that I don't watch yet, if you have a channel and I haven't commented on a video or mentioned you, please leave your details down below, because I'd love to check it out. All my pen YouTubers, nobody's like posted, or if you've posted, I've already watched your video because people haven't been posting, so I've been caught up on everybody. So yeah, so anyway. So yeah, so pen people, please post your videos. I need stuff to watch. Ooh, this is pretty. Number 973. 973. I like this one a lot. At least while it's wet. We'll see what it looks like when it's dry. But I like it a lot. I'm gonna have my first like pen review coming up. Also, I'm gonna work on that this weekend. Like I'm making notes and everything. Check me out, professional YouTuber. I just decided, you know, I've done a bunch of unboxings and I haven't reviewed any pens. This pen actually wasn't in an unboxing, but it is a new pen. But it's also gonna be a giveaway. So, yeah, so look for that next week. I'm not sure what day, but next week sometime. I want to play with the pen over the weekend, basically. So probably, and then I don't know if I have to work a weird schedule on Tuesday or Wednesday. That's the problem with this week. I've had to work at work all day Tuesday, which usually I only go in for like a half of a day, and then I go in for half of a day on Wednesday. And so, so yeah, I've just been working like weird schedules where I have to be at work a little longer. So it's really cut into my video making time. Uh-oh, where's the cap for this? Oh, here it is. That's very pretty. I don't feel like any of these really have... Oh, maybe I should do this. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to add some ink to this one. Because it seems like we have potential here. So we'll see what happens with that. These are really nice. Okay, so I'm going to let these finish drying and then we'll come back and we'll line out all the 73s and then we'll also compare them all to Texas. I don't know how that's going to go, but we'll see. So cool. I will be back momentarily. Hi everybody, we're back. My swatch cards are dry. Oops, I just smacked the camera around. Okay, so our swatch cards are dry. We have our swabs, and then I did a little writing sample. There's a couple of them that I think that might be close enough to Texas if you can't get Texas but can get Sailor Ink Studio inks. So I did a small little writing sample. So here we have 173. I'm about to sneeze, sorry. Okay, apparently the sneeze is not going to show up. Okay, so we have 173. We didn't swatch this one on video, but we also have 273. 373. It's kind of like a grayish brown version. A little more purple maybe. 473, which is this really pretty orange color. I like this one a whole lot. 573, which is kind of a little bit of the orange and maybe a little bit of one of these. 673, which on this swatch card, except for up here maybe, doesn't really seem very Texas-y, but I think it's in the little paintbrush swab, it looked like it was maybe kind of close, and in the writing sample it looks a little closer, so we have that. Then we have 773, which is this red orange with that gold sheen. Very nice. 873. I feel like maybe I should have put a little more ink on here, but it looks really cool in the scribbly. And then 973, which I think might be one of the closest ones to Sailor Texas. It's a little more red, in my personal opinion. But yeah, so here is our technical difficulties. Okay, so here are the inks that we swatched this. Well, actually, these are the inks that we swatched today, but this is the whole 73 series. Yeah, I really like these. Really like this one. I like that one. I'm on the fence about these ones. They're interesting though. I'd like to see them in a pen before I make a final decision. And yeah, so let's compare all of these to Sailor Texas, because that's what many people want to see. No, not really. No, not really. No, not really. This is obviously an orange. Not so much. It doesn't look like it in this card, but in the writing little bit that I'll show you in a second, it kind of looks pretty close. Obviously that's a red orange, obviously not. This is probably the closest one out of this set, and it's actually a lot more red. So you do get some of that sheen. The sheen's a little bit of a different color maybe, but yeah. I think if you were going to get one to be close to Sailor Texas, your best bet is probably one of these. Oh, let's go ahead and look at the ones from that we did last time. Where's my Sailor Ink Studio ring? Where is it? I just had it. Here. The 680s. We didn't compare, and I was going to, and then I didn't. So let's go ahead and compare these. Also to Sailor Texas. You'll see that this is a lot more. It has like the same sheen, but it's definitely a completely different color. And then that's basically purple next to it. So that's those. Okay. Here is my chromatography paper towel. We have 173, 373, 473. Excuse me, 573, 673, 773, 873, and 973. You can see these colors have a lot, like there's a lot of pink in this one, there's a lot of yellow in these. All of these have yellow except for this one has like purple and green. So yeah, so these are interesting. Just as this is where I kind of like wiped my dip pen off, and then these are where I just blotted the paint brushes. So cool. Look at the pink in these ones. There's some purple, like magenta in these ones. The wine color in that one. Very cool. It's very interesting. I like doing these. Okay. Last but not least, we have our Tomoe River paper and our Cosmo Air Light paper. As you can see, the swatches look completely different. I don't know. Is it easier if I zoom in? Maybe? So let's look at it on the Tomoe River paper. So you definitely have some pink in there. There's some purple in that one. I don't like the way that this looks on the paper. I like the way it looks on the swatch card better. This looks purpley with the green, and here's the green sheen that I was like kind of thought you can see the sheen, whoops, on this one. And also on 973, which is what made me think that they'd be good. Although this is definitely way more red. Yeah. So here we go. There's those all in frame. And then our Cosmo Air Light paper. Yeah, these ones are really interesting. Again, I like this one better on the swatch card. This one looks more purpley. This definitely looks more red. So here's our Cosmo Air Light swatches. And then I did some writing samples of the Sailor. I did 673, and then I did Texas. Oops. It got a little smudged on here. The 973 has a lot of sheen around the, like a halo of sheen around the edges of it. This was written with a broad nib. It's my Custom 823. It's a very juicy broad nib. So yeah, and I just did these with the dip pen, so there's not as much line not as much shading variation. But yeah, I think these will probably be the closest. And I also did the writing sample on Tomoe River paper because I feel like more people are used Tomoe River paper. And yeah, again, not so much with the shading because it was the dip pen, but the there is some sheen and haloing along the 973. I don't see it as much in the 673, although you get it in the little swabby. But yeah. So yeah, so I think if color-wise, I don't think any of them are really similar. Color-wise, maybe 673, but sheen-wise, 973. So I would just decide what you like better. 973 looks like it's a redder brown. So hopefully that was helpful for you. Like I said, going forward, our next swatching video, we're going to be swatching Van Diemen's inks. I have a few bottles, and I'm not sure. I have to check my swatch cards. There might be some samples that I haven't swatched yet. So yeah, so we're gonna do some of that. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way, and we will lay out our cards again. Zoom back out so you can see what we did. There we go. Oops. So there we go. There's our swatch cards for today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have a request, I'm just kind of jumping around these because I don't want to get like stuck on blues for a really long time. If there's a lot of people that don't like blues, and I don't want to like get stuck on purples. I may go ahead and do the 50s. I may do a couple. We may combine a couple of these series right here, just because the ones that are circled in blue are ones that I've swatched already. So we have a bunch of these that I can knock off the list, like the 35s. We have a few that, like I've done one of them, and the 52s, like some of these. We might do a video where we knock out maybe this whole page. Or maybe do some blues and then go knock out this page and then come back and do greens or pinks or something. So yeah, so if you have a set of these that you want to see, let me know. We've officially finished basically this page aside from the 68, 67. Yeah, so let me know. We have the 30s, the 37s, the 35s, and then basically everything in the middle here. So maybe I'll do a blue section. Let me know which blue section. Yeah, we're gonna do blues next time. I know that's not everybody's favorite, but let me know which blues, either the 40s or the 41s. That's what we'll do. Leave it in the comments, and whichever one gets picked the most, we'll do next. So either the 40 series or the 41 series. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you again very soon. Take care. Love you. Bye.